Hi, my name is Nora and I work with Dr. Kochunov at the University of Maryland. Today I'm here to show you how to perform a GPU-based heritability analysis using SOLAR-eclipse software. Heritability uses pedigree and genotypic data to measure how much genotypic variation contributes to total phenotypic variation. This equation calculates heritability where the first term is the genotypic variation, the second term is the total phenotypic variation. There are two definitions of heritability, broad and narrow. The broad version uses all effect models, dominant, recessive, and additive. The narrow version, which this command utilizes, only takes into account additive effects. This measure takes into account the effect of environmental factors and phenotypic variation. One method to do this is by studying monozygotic versus dizygotic twins. Siblings are a better comparison than children versus their parents due to covariates having a much greater effect. The twins share a womb and largely identical environments, allowing for a more accurate proportion between genotypic and environmental variation. Because the genotypes of twins should be identical, environmental effects are recorded by measuring the phenotypic differences. The environmental variation is then used to determine genetic variation by subtracting the environmental variance from the total phenotypic variance. SOLAR-eclipse's GPU-FI command performs a heritability analysis using GPUs. GPUs have greater computing power and easier access to memory storage than CPUs, allowing the datasets to be analyzed faster. The command utilizes CUDA, a computing platform and programming model that further enhances GPU capabilities. To support CUDA, you must have NVIDIA graphic cards with device architecture of 3.5 or higher. To check what the status of your GPU is, please go to your Working CUDA version folder, and then into the lib64 folder, and input NVIDIA -SMI to check the status of your device. If your GPU is below 3.5, you will not be able to run the analysis, so make sure that all of your architectures are updated and you have the appropriate graphics cards. Once you have verified that you have a supporting GPU system, we can move on to performing the heritability analysis. So I'm going to go back to our working directory. And here we now have all of our files, but first we need to create a header file. This header file with the extension .header is required to input the traits that you want. Now if you want a single trait, just write that trait in, but if you have multiple traits, please separate them by spaces and not comma. So I'm going to name my trait traits.header, and I'm going to choose the trait average DTIFA, and now I'm going to start Solar, and I'm going to load my pedigree, in this case this file, and then my phenotype file. And now instead of inputting whatever trait I want, I'm going to just go on and input my command. So GPU-FI, and then header, and then the header file that we just made. And then O for the output file, so I'm going to name my output file results.csv, so when this analysis is completed, you will see this file in whatever current working directory you're in. Now for the GPUs, you're either going to choose all if you want all of the GPUs stacked for this analysis, or you can do specific GPU stacked, in which case you would use the command -GPU, and then you would separate the IDs of whatever devices you'd like. So let's say ID number 12 and 19 and 200, and so they would be separated by spaces. Now, if you are unsure of which GPUs you want to use, if you simply input this command, it will tell you what possible IDs and devices you have. So here we have device ID 0 and device ID 1, and they're both with device architecture greater than 3.5. So in this case, I will just go with the first device and not the second one, and I will confirm that this is exactly what I want. And then it performs the analysis, and we have finished. Now, if I check, my output file is right here, and it has all of my outputs. So the trait that I chose, the indicator, the heritability rate, and the standard error of the heritability. So there you have it. That is how to perform a heritability analysis using GPUs on solar eclipse. Thanks for watching.